Hello again from Sheffield. Over in the Crucible Theatre tonight, it was all about filling the last couple of berths in the quarter-final lineup, and we'll get to that very shortly here at the Dafabet World Championships. But not before an update on Ton Watch. It's that quest, an epic quest indeed, by the Australian world #1 Neil Robertson to record a century of century breaks this season. It was an American author, William Arthur Ward, who once wrote, "Adversity causes some men to break, others to break records." And Robertson is definitely one of the latter. Well, Neil Robertson, right at the bottom of the draw here in this final quarter, was playing Northern Ireland's Mark Allen, the pistol they call him. And it was the Australian who went into this match with a 2 frames advantage at 9-7. Final session to come, first to 13 going through. Getting across the finish line, clearly the priority, but also on the Australian's mind with this historic milestone. He'd made 99 centuries to this point. Well, he moved 11 frames to 7 ahead. Still no sign of the 100th century. Would it come in frame 19? Stephen Hendry, Willie Thorne holding their breath.
That's brilliant. That is brilliant. He is so focused today, he just doesn't look like missing a single pot.
Well, one of the shots of the match, to be fair, in the position he is, 11-7 in front. OK, he's got a little bit of margin of error, but, you know, you can't afford to let Mark Allen win the next 2 frames and get back into the match again. Brilliant pot. Whatever he scores, he deserves after that red.
Yeah, people talk about being in the zone in sport. You're watching someone right now who's there.
8.
I'm going to make an early prediction, Willie. This is the 100th century coming up.
9.
Well, as John and Steve mentioned, it's going to happen. Should he go on to play in the next round, at least you'd think in that 13 frames he's going to get it. But I'm not too sure that he's just so focused on
16.
winning the frames at the minute. But he gets past the 65, 70 mark, he'll take it on.
$17.
A little bit shorter pace. I have to go for blue or portfolio now.
24. $25.
One of those players nearly very rarely ever doesn't get the right side of the blue. So many players these days finish low on the blue and have to go in and out of balk.
Yeah, and that's obviously why he's making so many big breaks. Winning frames in one visit all the time. His positional play, more often than not, is excellent. He's just come a little bit far for comfort there. He won't go into the pink because there's too much distance between the pink and the pack. The middle red of those 3 He'd like to play a little cannon on that, but I don't know if it's a natural angle.
Yes, he was just trying to line up there, wasn't he, to see if it is a natural half ball. I mean, a billiard player would see this shot straight away, just play the middle of those three reds, plain ball, but I don't think it's on. Having another look. I suppose if you wanted to be risky, you could play the shot you suggested that was a bit not favourable going into the pink unless he hits it full. Played a gap. Played it pretty well. Played it very well indeed.
30.
Yeah, that was a lovely shot. Just a soft stun with a touch of left-hand side, check side, just to bring the cue ball back in a straight line once it hit the cushion.
$31.
The angle he's got on the pink is not favourable. I suppose he was trying to put the pink on its spot, just in case he had to go up for the blue, which made the pack split a lot easier. But the angle he's got on the pink is not good.
Yeah, if he's dead straight in the pink, he's going to have to stun the cue ball for a red to the right corner. Because I don't know if this red that's closest to the cue ball passes to the left corner. If he's playing this red to the right corner, the reds are going to be getting well split here. The more conservative shot is obviously the red to the left corner with the rest.
Yes, I think he's going to be potting this screen back for choice of pink or blue. He'll be bringing pink into play here. See, when you've got that much cue power, it's so easy to get through the ball, and as you can see there, the reds are spread far and wide. Not nice enough on the blue to guarantee getting onto the reds you'd like to get onto, the two to the right of the black, but you can certainly get on the black in one pocket at the moment, so just this one shot, got to get through the baulk colours. The black I don't think so value into the right-hand corner.
$43.
You'd like to be in the red, it's closest to the left corner. They could stun off one cushion for the black to the same pocket. I don't think he's on that red.
$44.
I like this statement you talked about in the previous frames, where if you ever need to see a player in the zone, and this is what he is, his facial expression has not changed. Okay, cue ball control is not what it normally is, but there's a fabulous amount of pressure on him here. Now Kenny comes to the black this time. Could play the one that's nearest the pocket and stun around the back of the black. That's an option.
49.
And that's the one he's playing. Be great if he could kiss the red that's nearest the black. Just bring it out of the way, but it's not got it.
50.
Still okay though.
He'll leave the cue ball close to the black cushion here to play the red, as closest to the right corner pocket, and go back up for the blue or pink.
57. 58.
This hasn't still got the cue ball under perfect control. Play to get on
63.
that red low so he can get onto the black. So up for the blue or pink again. Now he's got to 64. This blue puts him
64.
past the winning post. We can now have our fingers crossed now in hope that he makes his 100th century. And should he do it, I think this Crucible audience will may or may not give him a standing ovation because it's an amazing feat. Does have the right angle this time to get onto the black.
69.
Incredible match, Snooker, though.
70.
Nothing Mark Allen can do about it. Okay, he did leave the option for the long red at the beginning of the frame, but basically, it's just a spectator.
Should he get 3 reds and 3 blacks, he doesn't have to worry about that difficult red. He can get to 101 with 3 reds and 3 blacks.
77.
Oh, Neil, I'm rooting for you now, my
78.
friend. Fabulous performance, this.
$85.
You must be tingling inside, thinking that this could be it.
86.
Normally, you'd be playing to move the red into play, but I don't think you'd be playing that here. This is the shot. If he gets nicely on the black, he's done it.
93.
Yeah, he's starting to breathe a bit deeper now. He knows the significance now. I'll just concentrate on putting this red automatically on the black.
Come on, Neil. This is the one.
94.
It was just so much there.
Neil Robertson, 94.
But a fabulous break of 94. I mean, it just shows you what it means to this player to break the record. Absolutely brilliant. 94 takes him 12-7 in front. Just look at this black one more time. Just tried to birdie it in. Didn't want to do anything with the cue ball. Unfortunately, not there. But 12-7.
So that knock on 94, and in frame 20, having made certain of the frame and the match, Robertson had another chance, more difficult certainly, only to be foiled on a break at 92 this time. Still, the win was secure, and the 2010 world champion now has another best of 25 frames in the quarter-final to try again. He's 99, not out.
I played a pretty bad shot on the rest on 90-something, left myself low on the black. Just rattled it. I hit it fine. I actually thought it was in. I was about to celebrate with Hendry up in the box. He was going to be the first person I looked to, and yeah, so he'll have to wait a little bit longer. I think it will happen naturally. I mean, I'm a 99 now, and I've got a best out of 25 to play, so there's going to be plenty of opportunities to make a century.
Well, also this afternoon, Michael Wasley, the Crucible's Dragon Slayer, as he's become known, was unable to stop Dominic Dale, completing a 13 frames to 4 victory. Welshman through to the last 8 for the first time for 14 years. Michael heading back to Gloucester with a stunning win to remember over Ding Junhui. We'll never forget that, and we hope it's given him a taste for more adventure here at the Crucible in the coming years. Well done, Dominic.
I haven't had any close matches. I haven't had the, you know, the tough mental strain of a very close match and a lot of the pressure and everything that's associated with that. So, you know, I'm fresh as a daisy going into tomorrow's quarter-final against Barry. Really, really tough match, of course, and I've got probably nothing to lose now. I've done really well to get to quarter-finals, and my best chance of getting to the semi-finals is to take it as a match where, as I say, I've got nothing to lose and just go out there and enjoy it. But obviously, deep down, I know I can win that match. There's no you know, I'm not trying to put myself down and make myself sort of mediocre in any way, but I know I can beat Barry Hawkins, but the way to do that is to enjoy it and look at the fact I've got to quarterfinals and, you know, and look at that as an achievement in itself.
And so to the evening's play, a couple of pieces of second-round business to be completed, not least in this match between Judd Trump, the world number 8, and a former runner-up in this championship 3 years ago, playing Welshman Ryan Day. Now, Trump had shown flashes of the brilliant kind of potting that he'd shown to get to that final a few years back on his way to a 10-6 advantage. And albeit that Day took the first frame of the evening, a whole series of errors began to creep into his game as he chased the game, and here we have Trump on the verge of victory at 12 frames to 7. Could he get over the line? Ken Doherty and John Virgo were watching.
Obviously, that red didn't go. Good safety, and that's, as I say, that's one of the things that has impressed me throughout this match. He's giving the safety that little bit of extra thought.
Well, what a pot that is. Deserves to be on a colour here.
One.
Well, he's on the green and he may have an angle to get back up to these reds, but what an opening pot. Tucked under the cushion. Just have a look at this. Digging down on the cue ball. He's got to hit the top cushion.
Well, you can't play safe against shots like that, can you?
You'd have to say he's a little bit unlucky. He's dead straight on this green.
Yeah, he couldn't do much with it, so decided to just roll it in, leave this just off straight red, so he can pot it and get position on the black. But of course, the situation he's in, there's no easy shots anymore for Ryan. If he goes for these type of pots, he's got to get them. He's screwing back for the blue, it appears. Trying to play it with an element of safety. Didn't fully commit on the red to play for the black, which he might have done under normal circumstances. Chance for Judd.
One.
Well, we had a perfect view of that. Right down the line of it, and never touched the sides of the pocket. Now, chance for Judd. One good positional shot here. This looks pretty good. Black available into both pockets.
3.
Chance to close out the match.
4.
Purposely left himself low on the black. Can just run into that bunch of 4 reds now. Just a nice split here. Didn't get it. A bit surprised the way he played that, John.
Yeah,
He played it with top spin as opposed to stunning into them.
Absolutely, you've got to bring the cue ball away from the reds. You can't just run it through, and that was really just hoping you were going to be on one red.
Judd Trump 11.
Should have been playing a little bit of bottom here to bring the cue ball away from the reds. Ryan having a look at a plant. 2 reds just below the ping. If he goes for it, he needs to get it. He must be pretty certain it's on. Oh, nowhere near. Now what damage has been done? Is that his last shot in this year's Dafabet World Snooker Championship? It could well be. Judd a little bit careless there, catching the black.
Oh, this will be a tough pot, bridging over the black. He's got to drop this pink in. It's not easy, but it's there. What a fantastic shot. Well, there's the tournament balls potted, 555 each. It's incredible.
8.
Not perfect on this blue. Well, you can't believe he's landed there. He can't believe it. The only place on this end of the table that he wouldn't have had a pot on. That's quite incredible.
The trump 11.
Have a look at this again. Anywhere but there.
Of all the places in all the world, to finish up there. Another close, long pot for Ryan, but they're just not going in. And that's what he needs now.
Quietly, please.
He needs everything to go in. Tough shot left here for Ryan. I don't see a good safety. And if he plays the pot on the red, on the left-hand side as we look now, he's got a nice angle to go to the baulk cushion. The only red he could leave. All that is very congested on the right-hand side as we look now. When we switch round, of course, it will be the opposite side, but not certain to get this safe. I was playing one shot here in these circumstances. I think I may play the pot to the right corner pocket. Well, maybe he thinks he can see enough of this red to pot it, but he's got to find a path back to the baulk end. Oh, the dreaded miscue. What a gift for Judd Trump.
One.
Well, that miscue there, just hitting over the top of the white. You don't see it very often with professional snooker players. I suppose Ryan, in a way, will think, well, that just about sums up this match for him.
Yeah, he was going to have a go at that red. And just lifted his head just on the backswing, just as he was bringing the cue back.
Seven.
He's got to hope Judd Trump messes this opportunity up. He's still not in ideal position just yet. He's going to need another good pot here.
Where's the cue ball going?
Foul. Judd Trump 10. Ryan Day 4.
Well, that was a surprise, and the cue ball going in off wasn't good either. But, as I say, every long pot he plays now, pressure. doesn't get any easier, this game, when you're within one frame of being knocked out of the tournament. And this is the tournament of tournaments, the World Championship. You lose your faith, you lose your belief that you can win it from so far behind, but well, I think 12-8 is probably the one that you remember. And the 12-9, the year Joe Johnson went on to win it, he came from 12-9 behind against Terry Griffiths. So it can be done, you just got to keep the belief. But easier said than done. Yeah, you just asked me the 12-8. I think John Parrott was talking about it the other day, and I think it happened to him. I'm not quite certain who it was, so maybe I shouldn't have mentioned it, eh? Is that what you're saying, Ken?
I think it might have been Joe Swale, beat John Parrott. Yeah.
Correct. Joe Swale it was.
Yeah.
Well, not a bad nudge on the brown, really. He may be able to pot the brown. If he can't, he's got the yellow and the red along the baulk cushion to go for.
Yes, and the beauty about knocking the brown so close to the pocket, doesn't have to do anything with this red, just drop it in. Dead weight, brown waiting, and this, you would have to say, if this goes in, well, I said drop it in dead weight, and he smashed it down the rail. He's building up a nice lead already here. 27 points so far. It's looking pretty ominous now for Ryan Day.
12. Yeah, just 3 of these remaining reds required.
13.
And this has been a good performance from Judd. Okay, we know that Ryan has let him off in certain frames, but you've still got to clear them up to take advantage of your opponent's mistakes, and Judd's done that quite a few times in this match.
19.
This blue, one more red and a colour. He's in the quarter-final.
And what a marked improvement we've seen from Judd Trump after the first
24.
round victory over Tom Ford. He really struggled, 10-8 over the line. But he certainly
25.
improved in this match and looking somewhat near his best.
Yeah, and I think when he saw the draw against Ryan Day, everybody in the game knows how good a player Ryan Day is. Don't you worry about that. But 30. Another false dawn for the Welshman, it appears. Well, definitely now, 48 behind, just 43 remaining. And that will mean he will not come back to the table.
31.
So, excellent performance for Judd Trump, and what a mouth-watering clash in the quarter-final against the Thunder from Down Under, Neil Robertson.
Yeah, 2 of the best long putters in the game.
36.
Of course, and best break builders in the game now. And look at this. And there's a bit of that Northern snooker you were talking about, John.
47.
And don't the crowd love it? Well, the yellow's not gone in, but Ryan gives Judd a warm handshake and says congratulations. Judd punches the air. Feel for Ryan Day, he was up for it, but just made too many mistakes. Judd Trump, he's proven his real form, the form of 2011. What a matchup next round against Neil Robertson. Can't wait for that one. He runs out a comfortable winner in the end by 13 frames to 7.
I felt I was always in control. He played some good stuff, but I just felt like I didn't get any run of the ball or anything, so it was hard for me to get going, but I still felt like I controlled the match. I'm more than happy with how I think I'm playing. I'm confident and fancy beating anyone left in the tournament.
Now on the other table this evening and playing for the right to face Ronnie O'Sullivan in the quarter-final, we have Sean Murphy and Marco Fu. Now these gentlemen have produced some of the best snooker of the whole season. In fact, both of them have a major title under their respective belts. Marco won the Australian Open and Sean the World Open, which was the first big title for him in over 3 years. It was the Englishman who took a 9-7 advantage into the concluding session. He took the first frame of the evening to go 3 in front. And we're going to join them in the 18th frame of the company this time of John Parrott and Willie Thorne.
Some good stuff at the moment. Good safety. And whoever gets in, it's 51 points each. Is not absolutely guaranteed they're going to get on the blue, even when they eventually pot the brown. Looking again to play cushion first, or thinking about it. Well, he's having a run of the balls you can't believe at the moment. He didn't play that in a million. To flick off the black and leave him snookered is incredible. I think that's 5 or 6 times already this evening, Willie. He's actually fluked snookers on Marco. And he's played cushion first. Always the problem with that is he could actually contact the black. Look what it's gone. Top cushion. Cue ball behind the black. And the brown's gone in a really awkward position as well, because that bumper's in the play. Yeah, he hasn't got the one cushion escape, has he? That's the thing. I mean, OK, playing off this cushion that brings the jaws into play, so there's every chance if he plays one cushion and go around the back of the brown here. Got to be very careful with the jaws of the middle pocket here in playing this shot. That looks wide to me. Always OK. Very good shot. Very good. Played 2 excellent escapes. Marco Fu in this sequence of shots. Got to be a little bit careful playing with that, with the rest of the shot. You're going to make sure you get your cue out of the way quite quickly. Just decided just to chip it onto the cushion. Might leave himself open to a difficult shot with the next one. Marco just can cut the brown onto the side cushion and onto the top, put plenty of distance and get a good cue ball. Could leave Sean with a horrible shot here. Well, it shouldn't have been anywhere near the jaws, so OK, it's unlucky to hit the far jaw, but Shouldn't be anywhere near those jaws.
Just looking. Can he hold the white here? Just drag this in, can he? Make sure he doesn't go too close to the blue, or will he play a little cannon? Well, he could.
4.
To be honest with you, he could have hit that pretty thick. If he'd have potted that at normal angle, he'd have been absolutely perfect. He was just worried about that cue ball running away. Where that's finished is very awkward.
Yes, the harder you play these, the easier it is to miss them. If he just rolls it in, there's no problem, but of course he'll need the pink. If he plays it firm, makes the blue difficult. It looks easy from this picture, doesn't it? But any sort of jaw with pace will be missed.
I didn't like where he setting up there. He was going to play topspin first, and then without getting up, he decided to play backspin. So at least make your mind up which shot you're going to play. If you're going to miss it properly.
Always going to happen, wasn't it, pace? If he had just dropped it in and just left him a shot on the pink, he couldn't have missed the blue, but the brown was the bad shot. John mentioned he hit the brown too thick, which he did, because the brown only went in off the jaw.
Well, one ahead. Will need pink and black. Just come down the table a little bit too far. Pot. Oh, cue ball needs to slow up.
No.
Okay, here we go. Black for 11-7. It's there, and Sean Murphy will be very relieved. What a frame that was. Fluke snookers, all sorts of things happening. But it's Sean Murphy who takes it, and he leads by 11 frames to 7.
Sean won the next as well to stretch his lead to 5, and he's looking as though he's heading for a 7th appearance in the quarters. Finish line could be in sight in frame 20.
Excellent pot.
1.
Now he's blessed with plenty of cue power. He can get onto the red next to the black from the yellow if it's dead straight. But I'm not too sure whether he can have the angle on the blue. He feels he can get onto it. Playing the blue, playing the cut into the pink. Aggressive. Dangerous, but aggressive.
Sean Murphy 1. Three. Four.
First glance, it doesn't appear to have left anything easy.
11.
I think the red above the black pot's quite nicely, but one of those where you can play quite slowly, a little bit of right hand side, just let the white run into the blue off the top cushion, be nicely on the black. I've decided to stun around the back of it for the pink. Nothing wrong with that. I'd like to have got the blue out of the way, to be perfectly honest, but that's no problem.
Yeah, he's got a very good angle here as well if he wants to manoeuvre a few reds out. Okay, he may play for the loose one. It's not a brilliant pack to go in. That red being loose at the top of it is a problem, but if he came into the one that was below it and got in there, he could open a few reds out. Just depends how he sees it. Yeah, played on the loose red.
$18.
Well, he's going to be looking for an angle here, isn't he, on the next colour? And the only way he can guarantee he's breaking into the pack is finishing low on the black. If he finishes low, straightish on the blue, I suppose that's another choice.
19.
Can't quite understand that shot.
Well, he's come back to go on the pink. Was worried about going and off in the middle pocket and ended up quitting on it and not going through the ball. Yeah, pink, red, and then the angle off the pink into that pack at the top is really good. So, don't know whether that's hard enough either. He'd like to have been fairly straight on this red.
25.
Anyway, pink goes back on its spot, and it's now harder to get into that pack.
$26.
Well, it goes without saying the black is difficult, but at the pace he's going to play it, because to go into the bunch. And if he hits the middle red of those three above the black, full ball, he won't be on anything. He might play for the loose red that's just below the pink, playing off two cushions. That's what he's played, and played it well. Good recovery.
Yeah, played that beautifully, and he's got an angle here as well to bring a few reds out. Could screw off this, still be on the pink.
34.
He's done it. I'd have probably played a little bit firmer than that. Moved a couple more out, but still okay. And this is a good effort from Marco. He's not giving in. He's 12-7 down. And Willie, here's a quiz question for you. Anyone ever come from 12-7 down to win?
The man who's sitting in his chair.
Very good. Well done.
Matthew Stevens?
Exactly right. Sean Murphy was 12-7 down to Matthew Stevens and come back to win 13-12. So it's been done once. That's a very big ask.
$46. $47.
It's one of those situations where every red he pots now, another red pots. So him potting this red he's going to play. The two reds either side of the two that are touching pot.
54.
So should definitely win the frame at this visit. He's 53 points in front. Two more reds, two colours.
55.
Well, that's not the best. You need to be low on the black than this.
I've got to play this with a little bit of side here. Needs a bit of respect, this shot. Well played. A lot better than it looked at. And this is a very good effort from Marco Fu.
62.
Okay, the odds are against him, but he'll go to the mid-session interval, knowing he's still in this year's World Championship with a squeak.
Yeah, having made 69-109 in frame 6 and 7, to not have a 30 break for the next 4 frames. And he's kicked on again now. Whereas this evening, he never had he's had just one break over 30 in this evening's session. So he's still in there battling.
78. 79.
Well, Marco's already made a break of 136 in this match.
Surprised
he didn't move the red out of his last visit when he could have played black onto the red. Going to try and move it out this visit, which he hasn't done.
87.
So he's still okay on the blue. Maybe able to get the cannon. Too much side, I would think. Yeah. But he'd be a little bit more relieved going into the mid-set interval. As John mentioned, there's only one player that's won a match from 12-7 behind, but he's still in there fighting. Fabulous break of 92, keeps the match alive. So going into the mid-season interval, Shaun Murphy 1 away from victory at 12-8.
Well, Marco has certainly found some of the best form of his career this season, only fitting that he would fashion some resistance. But Shaun has plenty more chances. Here we go into frame 21.
Marco's going to have to judge the gap in between these reds at the back cushion very nicely here. Get the cue ball back into baulk, which is not easy. Especially with the red going over the pocket, but he's covered it.
Yeah, good shot, but not really expected to be in after this one. Two reds on the right-hand side. Top cushion there, just rest on them off the side cushion if you want. Highly unlikely to be leaving anything after this.
Won't be playing the pot here, just trying to leave the white into the jaws of this top pocket. Well, he's played the very risky safety shot and played it brilliantly. It was very, very difficult to avoid the double kiss there. He couldn't have played it better. Left a red on, of course, but Marco knows he's going to have to get it. There is a gap in between the reds on the cushion to come back into baulk. Found the gap, missed the pot though. Where's the cue ball going?
Shaun Murphy 4.
The red next to the blue is not potable. If it was, he'd be taking that one on.
Well, he's going to play this to the corner, try and screw over to the side cushion with a bit of check side and hold it for the black. He's got the capability, he's got the cue action, but this, the different circumstances at the Crucible, can he do it now? Great shot. Absolutely great shot. Well played. Very positive and beautifully struck. Not many can play it like that. A little bit of respect for this shot, obviously bridging over, slightly down. So yeah, just dropped it in. Obviously that red that's on the right hand side will pot, and he was happy with the angle, so shouldn't be a problem back on the black here.
It's one of the times where he'd love to be really high on the black. He can do it after the next black as well, but those 5 reds on the back cushion are no real problem where the black is. You can certainly bring them into play at some stage. Not this time. Well, didn't get high on the red, but he's going to have to go for blue or bought colour now.
70.
Oh, you've got to get top side, Sean. You've got to get top side.
Yeah, just checking if he pots this blue and stuns towards the balk line, he'll have the red in the top corner. And just dropped it in, but he's on that red. But he's going to get an angle now to make sure that he is the top side of the blue. Those 2 reds in the middle of the table he could play on. They'll go in the centre pocket, so he could play on those first. But if he gets an angle, he could try and move some reds out.
Yes, also he could run through the angle he's got on the red and finish high on the black. But if he finishes low on the black, it's no good. It's perfect on the red to do either, play for the blue or the black. Looks to be playing off the left jaw there, but he did it nicely. Needs to be high, he is high. Well done.
Yep. Plenty of topspin on this. Run through, try and move a few out, but as ever, the priority, make sure you pot the black first. And take your eye off the ball. Lovely little cannon there, just chip the red out.
30.
Really nicely played this.
Try and finish high again.
31.
I think one of those 2 reds will pot in the middle, so even if he's got that angle, he can drop on the cushion and at least one of them will be available.
He deserves everything he gets after that opening red. That really was a
30.
corker. So 31 the lead.
Plenty of room to go in between pink and yellow. Just make sure you get into it and don't cannon the pink. Well done. The side's naturally going to take him onto this red, so this is a great chance now for frame and match. The only red John just called up a few moments ago was a classic. Had to play loads of check side to straighten it up, and he did do. One more good positional shot high in the black, and he's got a chance to win frame and match at this visit.
45.
Took the choice of playing up for the blue, but he still needs the kiss. Big target to hit those 2 reds behind the black, right in the middle of them. It's not such a big target to play for those 2 on the right. It was unmissable, the cannon on the 2 behind the black. That cannon has worked out, hasn't it?
50.
Maybe not. What do you think, John? Is it pot?
I think it might just go. It's very tight. So he's 43 ahead. If he can get red and black, then Marco could only draw, so I'm pretty sure he's going to take this on. Great shot. Absolutely great shot. And the whole difference in this break, Willie, has been there's been a focus and an intensity in his concentration level in this. This has been what Sean Murphy is capable of. He's putting everything into this break, and it's been superb.
So there you see the difference.
58.
51 with 51 on. Just make sure of the red. Well done.
59.
Well done. All down to the opening red. It's not really time for an exhibition shot, but just make sure of the black, and that'll probably keep Marco Fu sitting in his chair. If he misses the black, he'll carry on. Went all out for the positional shot. Excellent pot on the black.
And if he plays to this level of concentration
66.
against Ronnie O'Sullivan, he'll give him a game. He's not afraid of him, Sean. He'll play against anybody. And he just needs to keep his concentration levels up.
I just wonder whether Marco is going to come back to the table. He's having a look at the scoreboard. Well done, Sean Murphy. What an excellent win that was. Both these players have been in form all season, but it's Sean Murphy who comes through to play Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's the winner by 13 frames to 8. Well played, both of you.
It was always going to be a tough game with Marco. You know, he's a class player, multiple tournament winner. And I knew over a long match it would be difficult. You know, to share the first session 4 apiece was fair. And then I played well last night. I didn't quite play as well tonight, but I think my hard work yesterday paid off, and I'm so relieved to get over the line.
So here they are, the last 8 standing at the Crucible this year. Great potential for a wonderful second week. Ronnie O'Sullivan's quest for 3 in a row will now be tested by Sean Murphy. Right in the thick of things again, last year's runner-up Barry Hawkins taking on Dominic Dale. Mark Selby against Al McManus. Protractors at the ready. Whilst Judd Trump against Neil Robertson could be the polar opposite to that in terms of style. Well, Snooker Extra coming your way very shortly, but then comes 2 full days of quarter-final action, starting at 10 o'clock in the morning, BBC 2. Now, don't forget, they've only played a possible 44 frames to get here. A further 93 lie ahead for this year's champion. Good night.
Ted,